Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2 of our podcast day. For those about to talk, we are once again joined by Back in Black talking about their experiences on Squid Game, the challenge. And where we left off was we were heading to go to the airport. Everything was preparing. So can y'all, I guess Paul, we'll start with you. What was your preparation process like? We had 2 weeks.
We had 2 weeks, yes.
We had 2 weeks to prepare for possible 2 weeks at the UK.
Right.
Possible 3 weeks.
Possible three,
of filming.
Exactly. Yeah. So, again, we've had to put everything on hold up to that point, to have the time frame carved out just to go do the show. So we're waiting. We get to the 2 week part. And again, I just knew it was going to happen, at the same time. I didn't want to let it happen. I knew it was going to happen, so I began feverishly just trying to prepare. Gina and I are scheming at home, and we're all in contact with one another about possible strategies and stuff like that. And it was just hard. We had to, I had to try to get through school stuff as quickly as possible so I'd have a time frame open.
We had that show down in Houston at Do-Si-Do.
We still had shows to go do in the interim too. So in the meantime, our head is spinning right now. I'm just overwhelmed. Then I get a little excited. Then I want to quit. But then I'm like, I can't back out of my brothers and stuff like that. So I wasn't doing super well. I was more overwhelmed. But, I just powered through it.
But always a smile when you're overwhelmed.
I know. I just, when I'm around my band fam, we all get together. It's my happy time, so I love being around that. But again, that was what it was all about. I was just like, we're going in together. I got them, and of course, I'd be an idiot if I pass this up. Yeah. So
Ram,
I don't know. Ram gave me inspiration. He kept.
For me, it was just really weird that I was going to leave my wife, Melissa, for up to 3 weeks. I kept thinking maybe I don't want to do this. I would always tell her, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't go. And she would, of course, tell me every time not to be fucking ridiculous. That of course I'm going. And it was, it was a whole matter of getting everything worked out at work, at my job where I would be gone for up to 3 weeks. That made it something, made it really real. There were days where I would go out into the field with my wife. She would have a Bluetooth where I would practice red light, green light. There was one day we were out there because I remember hearing podcasts from season 1 where it was super cold out there. So I went out there when it was 30 degrees. She had a Bluetooth and we'd play the song Red Light, Green Light. I was out there, practicing stopping for being still for long periods at a time. Just doing everything I can to get prepared, playing the games that were in episode 2 of the drama series, like Ganji and the stone toss and things like that. But yeah, it's just a lot. It was a lot of preparation. Just couldn't believe it was a real thing that was happening.
I think leaving the girls was the hardest part. We got to leave. The one we love.
Well, you're uprooting your life.
Gina and I don't do well apart together. All the years we're like John and Yoko, so leaving the girls.
No, you're PB&J.
Yeah,
Quit
is.
That.
We are PB&J. Oh yeah, check it out. That's right. We did. We
show
got
it to the camera.
Gina,
that was before they left.
Yes, we got a tattoo right before
Very
we left.
cute.
So, but yeah, leaving the girls was the hardest part. I think and leaving life
for sure.
It's terrible.
So, Mike, how was your preparation?
I did the same thing. I got a tattoo, little butterfly.
You look at it, sexy. Sassy pants.
You got a squid tattoo?
The squid, yeah.
Squid tattoo.
No, I just I had been preparing, weeks in advance, doing, working out. I wanted to be in best physical shape I can be. I was practicing the games or light, green light because we all just were convinced that was going to be our first challenge. Other than that, just make sure everything was lined up, because it's truly an immersive experience. You're there, you don't know what time of day it is. You don't have any phones. There's no computers, and it was hard to let everything go, and then go across the world to do this. I remember a sense of anxiety for leaving everything behind like that, but I prepared as best I could.
Yeah. Well, I think for you too, you had to make sure that the band was going to be okay. There was a lot of things that you had to do because we had to put everything on hold. It wasn't just personal life. It was the business of the band,
Right.
and you run Back in Black as a business, and
Right.
we had to put our business on hold.
Yeah.
So
you know,
it was personal business
lot
pleasure,
to overcome.
all of it. Yeah, lot to overcome for sure.
personally, you know.
So, Stephen, how was your preparation process?
So for me, it was tough because I almost didn't go on the show, as you guys know. I almost didn't go because a couple of weeks before we had to leave, we found out our dog Walter had kidney failure. And it's been Kat's emotional support animal since pretty much the time we met.
It's a family
he's
member.
been a part of our family, and she.
And Back in Black family.
He's
He's
our
on
back-
a lot of
he
shows
was-
too.
he
Yeah,
was
we all
our-
loved him.
He was our mascot.
Yeah,
So we'll put a picture in here of
Love that
Walter.
guy.
Yeah.
She really needed him, and the only way I could go was for us to fly our daughter in from New York. And so TJ's a Broadway dancer, and she was done with her show, and so I was like, if we can get TJ in here to be with her,
Yeah.
then I can make it happen, because the reason is because we had to put him down,
Yeah.
and I wasn't going to be there.
Yeah, it's tough,
So I
man.
wasn't going to be there for it, and there's no way I could have left her alone. So, we made it to where TJ could make it in and be with her mom. And so that was the toughest part on me
Yeah.
leaving and we haven't been apart. We have contact, but we haven't been apart. We didn't know if we were going to be gone for 2 or 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Well, like
Could
you
have been
said,
a day or two.
well, like you said, I think you touched on the last episode a little bit, that you're in today's day and age, everybody's always connected with the cell phone. Everybody's reachable. And in this process, yes, there was an emergency contact if anybody needed it. But at the same time, it really was cut dry. You're gone.
Yeah, and so
And that's hard.
I knew leaving, the only way I could leave is if TJ could make it in, but I knew leaving that he'd be put down.
Yeah.
So that was super, super tough. The note, I know, right? So this
Yeah, it was tough.
Kat really was supportive, saying that it's for the band, you gotta go, and I was just struggling with it, but
Yep.
We were all saying, man, if Steve doesn't go,
Yeah, we don't
understand.
understand. Yeah, I think
So-
all of
yeah,
us,
'cause
all of us get it.
I don't know if
for
I could
sure.
have gone. I really don't
Yeah.
know.
So
Yeah.
thank you, TJ.
Yes, thank you, TJ.
Yeah.
And Kat was super strong, man. She was a trooper through it all. I couldn't have been there.
And like we said, Walter could talk. I bet you he wanted you to go.
Yeah.
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 He'd want you
So that was it. And then I was, see what happens when I get back. I don't know.
I know.
Kat was like, "Go, you gotta go."
It was up to like the day before we left too. Y'all
Yeah,
remember?
Well, it was the morning of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah.
It was a rough. And everyone knows that's hard, man.
Yeah.
It's a
So
family
yeah,
member.
I think it was tough for all of us, but that was
Yep.
my dagger.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was. I just kept saying throughout that, I was just like, all of our little challenges and struggles that we were overcoming. I just kept saying, there's a story being written.
Yeah,
For sure.
There's
And
a
that-
story
that was,
getting
that
written
was the
right
thing.
now.
There was a bigger picture for all of it.
Right.
And we were all being challenged.
Remember our motto? Embrace the,
The suck. Embrace the suck.
Embrace
Little did
the
we
suck.
know.
Yes, little did we know.
Little
were
did
just
we
like,
know.
It's coming.
Little
I
did
know
y'all
I
know,
would
not
say that a
not
million
me.
times a day.
Yeah, embrace the suck. It's all a sacrifice, man. So we're landing in London.
You're
This
landing
is
in
when
London.
things start to get juicy.
Things start to get juicy.
Well, we had a long flight
Yes.
over there, so now I got.
It was a
and I
beating.
got video of everyone sleeping.
But
Except me, I didn't sleep.
So y'all,
I got you.
So y'all went from DFW to New Jersey,
Yeah.
and how long was that?
the Newark airport is very
About
nice,
3.5
actually.
hour flight.
Except we had to leave. We had to go through
So what was the
security
total?
again.
Yeah, what was the total flight length that y'all got over there?
11 hours?
Yeah,
Did,
About 11.
did anybody sleep on the plane?
No.
I really did.
I mean, I doze
think
off it.
we all closed. I do have video footage of all three of their eyes closed. So yes,
you
I
do?
do. I got you right on your face. Dude. I got some good. He was out.
Hey,
It
Paul got
So,
some
yeah.
sneaky
was
sneak.
tucked
Okay,
over his
all right.
face. I was trying to be, the dime bag.
You got me
Daryl
with my
right.
eyes closed?
Yes, I did.
Okay, wait.
You and Mike in a row. So, but anyways,
I
yeah.
understand.
closed my eyes, but I didn't get any
Right.
good
No,
sleep.
no one
Yeah.
was sleeping.
I don't
We were
remember
just-
sleeping.
I
I
watched
remember looking at
Lethal
Ram a lot.
Weapon.
He was always up.
Yeah.
That was so weird, by the way, being, first of all, in the airport at the gate at DFW, and then, every gate that we're at, and then we're on British Airways on a, 10-hour flight, and we're kind of all next to
Yeah.
each other, but nobody's talking to each other.
Yeah.
It's so
Welcome to
fucking
British
weird.
Airways.
So you guys land in London. What happens then? Production comes gets you, or y'all are
First
what
off,
happens?
we got off the plane, and in Europe fashion, we got out on the runway, on the tarmac. Remember, we walked out and had to take a bus over to the building, and we're all getting ready to go through
Security,
customs.
yeah, customs.
That was
easy.
the easiest
Yeah.
customs I've ever been through in my life. I don't know
I
what.
didn't even give him my passport.
We scanned our passport on a little thing, walked through. There was no guy to stop us or anything. So
All while we're trying to act like we don't know each other.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But the whole time I'm just looking at everyone throughout the back of my eyes. But see, I got lost a few times, and so
Remember me up there like,
yeah, Steve or throughout the airport, everyone kind of, because I just get lost easy. This way. Yeah. So we navigated our way, but we got down off the plane and got through the easiest customs ever. And sure enough, we just, I don't know. Did someone hold a sign?
We had a rendezvous point that we were supposed to meet.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
I was rendezvousing out in the parking garage while y'all were at the rendezvous point.
Yeah, you were
I was
late.
like a little
Did you
lost
get
child.
lost? You got lost?
Oh yeah.
Like Graham and I went together, and then we finally found Paul, and then Steven was
you
like,
guys were walking together?
Well, we went together. I was,
Yeah.
Together, but 2 feet apart.
Yeah.
Right.
We had a 10-foot pole between us.
I went and asked like the concierge right at the airport. I was like, "Where's what is it? We know London."
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
we know.
We had
Oh, she's like, "Oh, you go out the door and you go up to level 2 and out there." I'm out walking around the parking garage. She
You
told
got
me,
that far?
dude. She told me to go out there. I'm walking around the parking garage.
I wonder what happened to you.
I didn't even know
I only
that.
trust her because she acted like she knew what she's talking about. She was like, she's eating Funyuns.
But it worked great for our cover because we had a staggered entrance.
Yeah.
You know?
We
It didn't
did.
look like we were all together at all.
And I think we said like right then, because when we all got to our contact and just people started coming over and we started shaking hands
Yes.
with everyone, so we just decided.
We introduced ourselves.
Right, we reintroduced ourselves, and Ram.
Okay, I'm
Hi, how you
Ram
doing?
from-
I'm Ram. Oh, you're from Dallas
Oh,
too.
you're from Chicago?
Yeah, you're from
Yeah,
Chicago.
I'm from Chicago, my friend. How you doing?
Oh, hey.
And we
Steve,
just
I'm
start-
Steve. I'm from down south. San
And
Antonio.
Ram just starts remembering names. This guy.
Yeah, this is the point where I went out of body, and because I'm normally really bad at names and faces, or I'm good with faces, bad with names. And I'm telling you, how many people were there at the airport?
Probably about 12,
In our cohort?
14.
Well, there were 15 people.
Yeah.
And I was like, so and so from Tennessee, so and
There's
so from
Dylan, yeah, there's-
I
He was like Rain Man.
I just was like Rain Man and just knew everybody's names and where they were from like it was nothing.
That's
It was
crazy.
fucking crazy.
Their names were gone.
And that carried on
Face.
into the
Game
dorm.
face.
That's true.
Which is
Yeah.
amazing.
So yeah,
That's
it was. That's when actually the game started because we were all together. Because we can be together at that point. 'cause
Right.
We're all
They
together.
called us a cohort.
We
a
just
group.
introduced ourselves.
But
Yeah.
we'd throw in little fun things like, "Where are you from again?"
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, we were having a good time, man. It was. I had
Somebody I think
relished
actually
the
told me,
chance.
"Oh, it's Mike from Chicago." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
that's
it
the
was
guy.
fun. We
That's
were
that
messing
guy.
with it. So I thought it would be a good.
Yeah, because
time.
there was another guy, another Steven from San Antonio.
Yes.
All right.
And I was like, hey, Steven, this Steven is from San Antonio.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
If I was a fly on the wall for that.
And oddly
Thank
enough,
God he started
Hilarious.
asking me questions like, because if I'd have just made up,
Yeah.
he said, "So what part
With
of San Antonio you
school
from?"
and all that.
I was like, "Well, you know where Blossom Athletic Center is?" Yeah, I'm like, "Yeah." So I'm at Jones Maltsburg and Starts. Okay, yeah, you know exactly where you're
That's
from.
awesome.
But I'm glad because he was asking me.
legit.
So
Yeah.
is this on the bus to the hotel, or y'all?
No,
still,
we're
y'all
still
are,
in
you're
there.
This
still in
is
the
when
airport.
we're all at the kiosk to get picked
The
up.
airport.
So how many people were in that group?
About 15, 20.
15-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
From
oddly-
different flights.
And oddly
Yeah.
enough, you'll see a lot of those people in our cohort, as they called it. We were the green cohort.
Right.
They went very far in the games.
About 50
Aw.
people in each cohort.
Yeah.
cohort.
You'll see.
How
It's
many?
pretty
How many
interesting.
total?
Oh,
Do you know?
well,
50. Well, 50
divide that
divided by.
into
Okay, well,
450.
I'm not good at
Yeah,
math. I
56.
failed math.
456.
Too fast for me.
liked the
Too
green
fast for my brain.
cohorts.
Yeah.
Green cohorts
At
were
first-
amazing.
At first.
Great
At
group of people.
first.
At
At
first.
At first.
I think that show, it hit me when Dalton came up to me. He was one of the first guys there. And
You mean patient zero?
yeah. And he came up and shook my hand. That's not like, okay, this is my first person I'm meeting on Squid Game. This is it. This is where it goes. And he had strikingly beautiful eyes.
Strikingly beautiful.
If you're watching this, buddy, right back at you. You look
It's,
good.
yeah.
So-
I'll have to come back to him later.
So how long were y'all waiting at the airport for before they took you guys in a van?
It was a little
bus,
bit too
car?
long.
It was too long.
Yeah, because-
it took forever.
Yeah.
They were holding us there because they were processing people, and they didn't want to overload the process
Right.
Oh, okay,
situation
so-
at the hotel.
okay.
Hotel.
So they kind of grouped us, and that's we met T.
T.
Terry.
Yeah.
T, Stephen from San Antonio.
Yeah.
Jay from McKinney.
God.
Derek from McKinney.
Oh, yeah,
there was
Derek.
guys from McKinney there?
Yeah, they were both
Yes,
from McKinney.
that's
And
right.
Zoe and Kurt.
Zoe and Kurt.
And then we met
Zoe and Kurt.
we met the son and mother-in-law. Remember those guys?
Yeah, the son.
Yeah, he's like, I'm here, my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
They were cool. They got knocked out quick.
Yeah.
I forgot we met Kurt and Zoe at
Yeah.
at the
I did
Heathrow.
too.
That's right. Me,
Yeah.
I forgot too.
We talked to them. I talked to those guys for a while there.
Yeah, that's
So,
funny
did
because
they-
I bonded with T too right there. We were talking a lot. So
Did they take y'all's phones when you got to that
No,
area, or
not
is it
yet.
not yet? Okay.
So we were
So
able
then-
to.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Because
y'all-
I was contacting Kat. I was like, we're here. And
Final
I don't know how long I'm
calls.
going to have my phone. So actually, we talked.
yeah. I called Gina.
The
Yeah, I
WhatsApp.
think everybody. Yeah, the WhatsApp thing.
So when we're at the kiosk to get our van ride to the hotel, we're freaking tired already.
Yeah.
Well, that's
it's-
why I asked if y'all had
Listen,
slept.
It's already been a day, and I asked the guy there. I said, "Once we get to the hotel, are we able to check in?" He's like, "Yes." And I go, "Well, how long is that going to be?" And he's like, "Well, probably about 30, 45 minutes to check in." And I go, "We're going to go straight to our rooms, and we do all the other processing and stuff later and stuff like that." He's like, "Yes."
Oh my God.
And that's
Y'all-
the
Survey said that was a
Complete
lie.
freaking lie.
That's
We
the big.
still had 2 or 3 hours left, and we were cooked. Already.
You wouldn't. Yeah.
That was the beginning of knowing that a 30-minute wait in Squid
We're almost there.
actually means hours
Yes.
and hours.
It's
7 or 8
almost time.
hours,
It's
yeah.
almost time.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's almost time. They kept saying yeah.
But yeah, so when we got to the hotel, though, we went in different vans.
Yeah.
We all
They
went.
started-
We
we
all
all
went different.
vans. So
Was
we-
that a coordinated thing, or did that just how it
Maybe.
happened?
No,
Could've
they send us. They had a little
Okay.
notebook.
Okay.
They
So
did,
we're all
yeah.
in different vans. I get there last. My van is last, and it's just when you get to the hotel, the line is just out the hotel. People with luggage, and I'm like,
So we arrive at the hotel.
So we arrive. We're so tired. Nobody slept. We've just been on a plane for 11 hours.
Straight out the bus to a line.
Right, straight out the bus to a line. We're just hoping we get to check in and at least get some rest, but no. What's the first thing they do? They start checking our bags, right?
that once you got in there, we had to stand in line to get
Yeah,
bags.
stand in line
security.
forever to get your bags checked.
Okay, so it's cool. We can go to our rooms now. No, you ain't going to your room yet.
Yep.
It's time
gotta
for photos.
process.
It's
We
time for
got it.
No, well, fitting.
Fitting
Fitting.
first.
Tracksuit fitting.
They did
They had to-
fittings the first, like in the first 30 minutes you were at the
After
hotel?
They check our bags.
after they check
Yeah.
our bags.
No, but we're not done at fittings. We're not done.
Then we go. Yeah.
Now it's time
Wow.
for photo and video.
But
production.
before that, we went to our room for a little bit, thinking we could chill, and we were relaxing. And then they came and knocked on and took us back down.
Yeah, for like 15 minutes.
For
And we go
15
back
minutes,
down.
I would literally.
Is it because they messed up the camera card?
I don't know what it was, but they sent us up, and
I
we
didn't
kept
have to
going.
do that. I never went to my room.
Yeah, we went. I went, and I fell
I never
off
got-
the bed. I was so tired, and then
Yes.
they came and knocked and brought
Here's
you
what
back
sucked
down.
for mine though. I did all of that stuff. I got to my room like, oh my god, thank God. And by the time my eyes closed,
Knock.
They did that on purpose. I think they knocked on the door every 2 hours.
About every
whether
2
they needed
hours.
us
they
or not.
said that one of the camera cards
oh yeah,
failed, and
Right.
I have to go do my photos and videos again.
No,
Wait, so you had
I
already
had to do
gone
that
and you'd
too.
already
I had
taken
already
your
done it.
pictures?
Yep.
I'd already done it.
I had to do mine again the next day.
I had to do mine the same
Wow.
day.
Yeah,
I had not
I was
slept.
with you when we
And did we mention the I don't know if this is getting ahead of the rooms? The rooms were the smallest because this is a really nice hotel.
Europe's a lot smaller. Yeah.
No, but the room because after when I was eliminated,
Nice rooms.
Beautiful.
spoiler
Yeah.
alert, I was
Yeah.
eliminated. When I came back, it was
What?
it was a big nice room.
Nice rooms.
But when you first get there,
Prison rooms.
These rooms look like like you'd see like Al Qaeda videos.
Yes.
almost
You know,
as big
like,
as this
I was
podcast.
gonna
yeah,
say, like,
it's about
is
as
this- Yeah.
it is tiny. It's
Europe-
so weird.
Europe's so much smaller than us Americans.
I didn't.
Why did they give us pimp rooms after we got out?
I don't know. I guess
They felt sorry.
That was psychological.
Yeah, I
but-
think it's all.
It was no.
Because
everything. No,
So they said,
left
"Give us the
decaf
shittiest rooms."
coffee. They left us decaf coffee.
Instant coffee.
Instant coffee. That's how they roll over there. No fresh brewed, all instant.
Well, not only that, were the rooms, very, very tiny, but everybody's TVs were fucked. Mine would turn,
Horrible
it would take
stations.
forever to turn on, and then finally, when you found something you want to watch, it could be 20 seconds, it could be 2 minutes, it could be 15 minutes, but it would just turn
Boom,
off.
shut off. Yeah, mine
Yep.
too.
And
Okay, they were definitely
it was
controlling
every
that.
country. It was like
Conspiracy theory over there.
every European TV station that you could possibly think of with different countries, content, and
Yeah, they had
stuff. And
Dubai,
you just try to
Germany.
find something.
And
that
we were
you
there.
can-
We were there.
I was gonna just bring that
Yeah,
up.
we were there on Championship Sunday.
Yes, we were.
So the two, AFC, NFC Championship games are on, and so the stupid ass TV. First of all, we're watching it with German announcers, so
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like the Barkley with the
Unsinn.
douche push,
Douche push.
Yeah.
Douche push.
So it's all German.
One guy was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
He
it's
sounded
all
exactly like
it's all
Arnold.
German
yeah.
stuff. So then it's like Jalen Hurts would go back for a pass. It's like this exciting part of the game. He'd throw it up, and the TV goes off like fuck.
No.
like
Yeah.
And then it takes forever to turn
And
it back
it's in
on.
the middle of the night. You know, we were watching this.
Wait, was this after you got out?
No,
No, this was
the first,
second
second
yeah,
day.
the
See, I
first,
couldn't even
yeah.
get that channel.
This was before it was
wanted
channel
to watch the
channel
game.
23 RTL.
I
Well,
wanted to
didn't
watch
you
the
say
game.
that? Didn't you say that like you had?
3 RTL.
That's what it was.
You didn't you
never
say
forget
that
it.
when you were like you had your door creaked open or something, and then one of your other cast
Yeah,
was like
other Steven
yeah.
from San Antonio. He was right across from me at the hotel. So we're like, we got our doors cracked. He's across the hall. We're talking about the game. He's like, hey, man, what channel's the game on? Channel 23. Yeah, who do you think's going to win, man? I think Jalen Hurts. And we're starting to talk about the game. Here comes the guard just looking at both of us. We're like, all right, bro, see you later.
Yes, I know. They weren't messing.
They left your cell door open.
Yep.
Well, let me step back a little bit. So when we got off the van, it was a whole processing situation.
Right.
It was like cattle. So you went through this one line, they go through your bags, then they say, okay, now go in that line, and you have to do something there. And then immediately they said, okay, go through there, you're going to get fitted for your tracksuit. And it was kind of exciting because now, even though we haven't slept in 24 hours, here's the tracksuit right in
Yeah,
front
that
of
was
me.
pretty
That
cool.
was a pretty
That-
cool moment, right?
The visual is there.
And then you
know.
go in this tiny little room, you're trying to try on your stuff, you want to make sure they all fit. The shoe sizes were screwed up because they didn't have half sizes. I'm a 10 and a half, and I couldn't, the 11s were falling off my feet, and the 10 were squishing my feet. You had a whole new situation going on with those
Steven
guys.
had
Yeah.
a
I got it. Well,
debacle.
when you're done, I got to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then after that, then we went to another station, I forgot, and then we did the pictures together, and we had, and then we'd have to go to dinner together. It was a very regimented situation.
So when did you guys get your numbers? When
Right away.
so
Yeah,
that
we
was,
got it
right
as soon as
assigned?
we got
when they
there.
were checking our bags.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Because then we had to put our lanyards on with our number on it.
And
Player
did you guys-
117.
Did you guys have to wear those like all the time?
Yes,
Just to,
we
like,
could
identify
never.
you?
We could never. You couldn't leave your room without your
Yeah,
lanyard.
yeah, Landler.
It was
yeah.
a military maneuver.
It was
yeah.
part of the security in the whole process.
Yeah.
And we were all green. That there were cohorts.
They put us
So,
together. Yeah.
so they were, the lanyards were green. And so when you're outside of the hotel room, when you're eating lunch and dinner or whatever, there's a lot of people in there, but you're only allowed to speak with people within your cohort. Like you can't, like if somebody's in a white cohort, you're not
You're
allowed
not
to
allowed
speak
to
with
talk
them.
to them.
They want to save that content for the game.
For the camera.
Yeah. So when you meet someone for the first time, they want it to be
Like an
very
organic
genuine.
thing, yeah, okay.
But there's so many people there, so they broke it
Did y'all
down to
break the
smaller.
rules? Did you talk to anybody that was?
Oh yeah, we were
It got to the
Bad
point to where you
boys.
just,
You are
We-
very
it got to
bad.
the point to where you just did it.
we were just
Yeah.
like we were people were smuggling Benadryls to each other. And
So
all.
yeah,
Oh,
there
that's
wa-
right. Yeah.
There was one time Paul said he
Yes.
couldn't sleep, so he's like at my room. and
Y'all were on the same floor.
Yes,
Yeah.
right across.
Same hall.
All
Okay.
four of us.
and he puts his hand out, and I put Benadryls in his hand.
It was like
Where
a
was the
lot-
security guard?
They
didn't
were
see
the elevator.
Ocupado.
We were-
Ocupado.
One thing I want to add about him talking about going to get fitted in the shoes. I wear 14 shoe, so
Oh boy.
Humble
they,
brag.
they didn't have my shoe size, so I had no shoes until the morning of going into the game, going to the dorms. I had no shoes, and they had to custom order them from Vans. I actually had Vans slip-on shoes
Wow.
because
And
they just
thus-
didn't have shoes there. I mean,
Yeah.
the shoe sizes were cheap shoes. Like the shoe sizes
Like
were
Walmart
so
shoes.
wrong.
So they
Yeah,
weren't
it was-
Vans because I thought in they're Vans. Are they not Vans?
No.
They're just like
Just
just
slip
slip on like
on.
generic.
What they call
Crappy.
plimsolls?
Plimsolls.
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 Crappy shoes, so they had to get me Vans, but I know that happened for a few other people because when I went in to get my shoes that morning, there was about 8 Vans with the different players' numbers on them.
And thus Gunboats was born.
I think they used
Gunboats.
the Netflix private jet to get him his shoes.
Oh man.
You guys, so when you're in the hotel with everybody, you just met all these people at the airport. You've had no sleep at this point. So
We're all meeting people, yeah.
do you go to sleep that night after your photos? Do you have dinner with everybody? How does that?
Well, I think looking back now, this was an important process of the show because they're starting to break you down a little bit.
Yep.
I think they're purposely knocking on your door to keep you busy.
They do.
Yes.
And the food is not that terrific yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think they're just starting to guide you down that path of and those 3 days in that hotel.
Because they would, yeah.
Were so hard.
Especially that first one.
It felt like being in a prison, you know?
But so how did all the dinners and meals
Well,
and
when you
stuff
ask
work?
about the food part, like when we get there, how tired we are.
Yeah.
They had dinner that night. They said there's
Okay.
going to be dinner in a couple hours.
Okay.
I was like, I physically can't go walk down there at this point. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
So they brought me food.
Okay.
And over there, what do they call it? Takeout. No, not takeout. They call it takeaway.
Takeaway.
It's not.
Yeah.
I couldn't eat that dinner either. I stayed in my room.
Well, yeah.
So
And they
I
didn't
said,
like that.
I said, is there any way I could just, I don't even care. I won't eat.
Yeah.
If there's any, she's like, well, I'll get you takeaway. And I'm like, great.
Yeah, we'd been up for over 30 hours now.
And she
Yeah.
kept
because-
saying, if you stay awake, it'll help you with your jet lag. You know, and so.
Is that the same one that said, remember why you're here?
Not yet. Not yet, but everyone was so sweet.
Yeah, she's too much of a big shot to be at the hotel.
Yeah.
So we sat in our rooms waiting for the next door knock. You can't really sleep yet because you think they're going to be banging on your door.
We had been up for how long, Mike? 30 hours?
Almost 30
32 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was really, really tough. But there were times throughout the day where you'd have to go down as a group, like to have your meals together. And
Was it like a scheduled thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
They didn't tell you the
regimented.
schedule.
So
Your
you
cohorts all went at a certain time.
So you had no free reign of this hotel at all?
At all.
No.
Not at all.
If you walked out and asked them for water, they would kind of.
You couldn't go down and
Okay.
grab Starbucks at the coffee
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
There's literally guards like outside.
At the elevator. You can't.
Yeah.
I was
At
just
the elevator and stairs.
One thing I want to say about the rooms, and Mike can attest to this, they were freezing, like freezing
Oh,
cold.
yeah.
Everything's in
And
Celsius. yeah.
nobody's thermostat worked. I had to have a radiator sent into my room. He had 2 sent to his
I
room.
had two, yeah.
And it was so cold. And that's what started, like, I would try to get under these blankets. And then but my body wasn't used to the freezing room. And that's when I had crazy night sweats.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's-
I went into the game with like this rash from night sweats. I started that way just because the room was so cold, and they were all cold.
I just.
Which I think Mike was right. I think that they maybe disconnected. They blow the.
It was all a game.
They blew the pilot lights out for the heaters just to
Yeah.
get us all jacked before we went in the game.
It was. They kept bothering you, and on purpose. It seemed, to either keep you awake or. They acted like it's part of the process, but no, it's this, that, this
Watch
is what
the
they
producers are watching this and going, that was
We never did that. Y'all are making us so mean. Yeah.
Listen, I don't think we're being babies at all. Like that
I could
was-
see that. Your hotel was small. Your room
Oh,
was
Yeah.
they were nice. But,
No.
And then we started within that, there would be random people, the production would just, we know about you guys, y'all the band. We're so
Yes.
looking forward to it. Just
that's nice.
like little things that we were like, oh wow, they might be focusing on us.
They did know. They did know.
They did. And so that would give you a little bit of a, okay,
right.
we know what
Embrace
we're
the
here
suck.
for.
Keep
We
going.
embrace the suck. We're here for a purpose. You'd go get your little 5-minute nature walk. They'd take you out in the parking lot and walk you.
Right.
But it was you were by yourself trying to figure out what's coming next, wondering how everyone else is doing, and just trying to get through. I don't know.
Were y'all all in the same green cohort
Yes.
group?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at this point, you're still not out as nobody knows that y'all are together.
No.
He's still Mike from Chicago. He's Steven from San Antonio.
No.
Nobody has a clue.
So then,
Yeah.
when
So we'd
is,
go down to
this
dinners
dinner?
together
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
We'd go out, we'd walk out into the hall, we'd say hi to everybody, and we'd walk down together, and we'd sit down and eat the crappy food they had. But that was also a nice time because then we got to know our fellow players and contestants, and we met some great people in our group. I met an asparagus farmer. And a guy from Tokyo was telling me about the sushi there, and it was just it kind of hit me like this is what it's all about. This is what I signed up for, to meet all these interesting people.
Is this when you met the girl from?
Oh yeah, so yeah, one dinner we were sitting there, and I'm being the guy from Chicago, and the girl sitting next to me, she said, "Oh, I'm from Texas. I used to live in a town called and that's where I live now."
That's where
Yeah. Spoiler alert, Mike is not
That's
from
where we
Chicago.
are right now.
That's where we currently this is.
Yeah.
So that one, I got a little worried when
She
I
could
heard
have
that.
easily known the band.
Did y'all
Yeah.
hear her say that?
I didn't.
I
But
didn't.
she was a big.
She said
part,
it too,
She was a
yeah.
big part of our group because she was
Yeah.
a green cohort.
Right.
So she was in our mix all the time.
And,
And
you know.
she ended up doing a pentathlon.
Oh, was that Shelly?
Yeah.
Yes.
That did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
With the cool
okay.
hair. I kept the conversation going, and we got out of it. And I'm like, well, if she knows, she knows.
Yeah.
But
We're all trying to socialize and talk to one another. Mike's like, "Oh, so what do you do?" and stuff like that. And you know, that was fun. I relished that, just acting like I didn't know any of these guys.
It was fun.
I enjoyed that. It was like, you know, but we were still so comfortable that we all still would say little things that we might have to cover, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like we would say something, "Yeah, dude, I don't know, I forgot." We would just say little things where the other person would have to kind of, "Oh, yeah. I'm in Denton, they do that," or something like that.
Yeah,
We
like if
just-
we were eating, like, because we'd sit at the same table to eat sometimes, and I might say something to Paul, like, yeah, you know.
Something about cat.
cat or something, yeah.
Something about cat, or maybe
My
something.
wife, yeah.
Or maybe something about, like, the food, like, you know, oh, we always get free food where we play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or something, yeah.
I mean, where I play.
I mean,
I
for
would
me
back up, and
personally.
then I would look at people's reaction, and nobody even heard it. I'm like, thank God.
Yeah. You know, we had to do a little cover steps there.
So we
know.
were still hanging out.
but
'cause
not out.
No, we weren't all like.
Yeah.
yeah,
forcing-
Yeah.
we're
I might end up.
we were
sitting next to
acting
Rand.
still like we just met each other.
But-
First
so-
couple of days were
so-
process, eat, room. Sorry. Anyways.
That's
And you know-
two. You get three.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what I thought was interesting about these dinners too, and I don't know if this is jumping ahead or not, but we're all eating dinners at these, you know, at this big table. It's all the green cohort, so it's us four here, and then you have contestants Pirla and her brother Jeff,
Right.
and then you have Zoe
Zoe
and
and
her
Kurt.
dad Kurt. And what's strange about that is this is being filmed before these episodes have been released, but we're all thinking that all of us at that table are probably going to be pretty heavily featured
We
on the
felt
show.
it. Yeah.
So it's really weird to before we're even in the dorms, here we all are eating dinner together.
Building. Yeah.
You know, on a regular basis, which is really weird. So I'm really curious to see how.
Well,
plays
and they
out,
wouldn't
yeah.
think that because they didn't know we were in a band.
Right.
True.
They
Right.
wouldn't think that about us, but you were thinking like, okay, these
Yeah.
are all features. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so that's really interesting too, because at this point, everybody, they wanted to focus more on like relationships at this point, right? So a lot of the people that were in the game that were contestants had relationships. So you had the brother and
Yeah.
and then
It wasn't everything. It was
a lot of it. A lot of it was
splattering of relationships.
relationships.
this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
people that y'all interacted with were
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we saw that,
Groups.
that was kind of a theme
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to that first night in the hotel because I really struggled. I never had homesickness like that,
Yeah.
and I couldn't sleep. I you know, and they beat me up, and I was thinking about, you know, Steve and what he was going through. You know, I love animals, and that really hurt, and I'm thinking, I just want to go downstairs and get some potato chips and a soda, but I can't.
I
you
know.
And I just felt like I gave up all that control that I'm not used to doing it, and it really hit me, and I had a really hard first night.
Dude, I did too. Everything
Yeah.
you're saying is
Yeah,
solid.
a really bad night, and then I remember seeing these guys at breakfast,
At lunch,
and I
I
said,
remember, yeah.
guys, I said, I
Breakfast.
don't know if I can do this. I think I'm just want to call it quits. And Mr. Ram
Wouldn't let us.
gave me a great pep talk, and then that's when I realized how important it was to have you guys there.
And I was
you
like,
know?
"Oh, you thinking about it? I'll go with you."
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was like, sign me up, it's fine, I'll
It's
go
like,
too.
all right,
No,
you want to go home? What's
Put
the
me in your
worst?
suitcase, it's fine.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
what Mike's saying, there was this time where you're just in the hotel and you're just like, I don't know, man, like crazy thoughts, just like
Maybe work out,
Freaking
do
out.
yoga or something.
The
No, there
TV
was no
sucked. There's nothing to watch, so your mind's not occupied. You can't do anything on your phone, so you have your.
Did you
your
bring the
thoughts.
book?
I brought my Bible,
I brought-
everybody.
I brought a
did
Bible.
some studying.
I brought a book that I thought would be great. And it was terrible.
Just
So we were there 3 nights, right?
3 nights.
3 nights before
4
we
days.
We
went.
were there 3 nights.
At the
Yeah.
hotel.
3 nights.
4 days, 3 nights.
with nothing to do. You know, it was hard. Yeah,
Did you guys have tough nights at the hotel?
I did. I did. It was really, I don't know. But I did bring my cool study Bible that our lead singer, Mr. Darren Caperna, got me. Thank you, Paul. He did it. And so I tried to get a little study in, I tried to spend a lot of time with God. I got nothing else to do, talk, focus, pray a lot and stuff like that. But then again, most of the time I was just sitting there, what do I do? I probably took 5-6 showers a day. Well, I don't know. I love showering, but I don't know.
Well, if anybody knows Paul, he can't even sit down for 5 seconds.
It's amazing we've got him this
Paul does calisthenics in the shower.
Yes, yeah. I was going to say that too.
Get a lift.
Get a lift. We've roomed together before, and I thought there was a fight in the hallway. And I go out to check the hall, and Paul was working out in the shower.
Yeah. I just love showering. I love showering.
That's the name of this episode. I love showering.
I love to shower. But, just being in the room was, I tried to make the best of my time. But honestly, it was just me sitting there waiting and just
waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting. Watch some German TV, waiting. But at least they gave, but at least they gave us snacks. We could go ask for snacks, and just getting up to go get water was exciting.
Yeah, drinking water was awesome.
Oh, man, we drank water like you wouldn't believe.
There would be times where because I had a bunch of bottles. Sometimes I'd have full bottles, and I just was like, fuck it, I just grab an empty bottle just to get out and go fill up my bottle with water.
Hey, Ram, you want to go get some water?
Hell yeah.
Just get some water.
Just a moment of human contact, just a moment of sunlight, and looking out your window and watching dreary London fog.
But for me, it was I had a book that I couldn't retain any. It's one of those things where you just read 3 lines and you read it over again and just you're not retaining anything. No. I was really, like Mike said, I was really homesick. I wasn't prepared for the. Obviously, I knew I was going to miss my wife and our cats but I didn't expect that level of homesickness. It was really weird. Yeah. The very first night, I don't really dream, much less have nightmares, but I had a fucking bad nightmare about my wife the very first night. So the next day, when it's time to go to sleep, it was so bad. It affected me so hardcore that I looked at the bed, and it was like I was like nervous and shaking. I didn't want to get in the bed. It was so bad. But the TV sucks. So I spent a lot of my time, and this comes in handy a little later. Spoiler alert! I don't know. I brought the game Ganji with me, and so there was no TV. I couldn't retain this shit. I didn't want to go to sleep because I didn't want to have another nightmare. So I spent a lot of my time just practicing Ganji on the bed, just over and over and over again. So that actually paid off a little later.
I know. You don't know what to do. You just sit there and freaking out. You miss your wife, you miss your kids or your grandkids, and you miss everything.
So you said sleep was really bad. So then you ended up, before they were going to call you guys to go down for the buses to leave to go to the studio.
Yeah. Okay. So we'd been there. This is our 3rd night there. The next day we're they tell us they're going to knock on our door
early,
and it could be 3 with this fucking Squid Game thing. It could be 2-3 in the morning. Who knows?
So they didn't tell you
ready at all.
They said be ready. Once we knock on the door, you have 20 minutes to be ready, and you have to be in full jumpsuit. The second day I was there, I was so tired, and when they knocked on the door, I never heard it. So I missed lunch. I never heard it. So I was so paranoid going into the next day to go to the dorm or go to the studio. I was so terrified of not being woken up by their knock that I just grabbed the comforter, put the sheets and everything, pillows. I put it down on the floor in front of the door, and I slept with my head on the door to make sure that I
told y'all Ram was serious.
Dude, to make sure
that's commitment.
There's nothing wrong with grabbing your blanket and a pillow and sleeping somewhere else.
No,
we'll get to that, Mr. Night Prowler. But so I slept on the floor, and then and I just didn't sleep at all. No. And on top of that, I thought we were going to play. We may or may not. I thought we were going to play. Red light, green light.
Mm-hmm. So none of this.
So I'm terrified about having to pee. I've heard all these horror stories about peeing. Yeah. So I stopped drinking that day, drinking water. at all. So I was completely dehydrated. My piss the next day looked like maple syrup. I didn't get any sleep. I'm dehydrated. My bones are just aching from sleeping on the floor. And here we are on our way to the actual Squid Game.
Wow.
What time did they actually wake us up?
They
came in.
6 a.m. for me.
Yeah, because
They came in different times.
we thought they were coming like 2 or 3.
Remember,
so
yeah, so
I'm up all
they
night.
I got up at 3 a.m.
Yeah, how do
and
you
got
sleep?
ready
How do
and
you sleep
sat
with
there
that?
at the edge of the
Did
bed.
you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The first
3
round of
a.m.
knocks came at 5 because I was up, and they were banging on the door. Everybody's opening up doors. I didn't get a knock. I'm like, what, did they forget about me? You know,
Yeah,
how could
remember
they
we
forget about me?
poked our head out at one
Yeah.
point, and I think us three saw each other. We were like,
this just wasn't
Oh.
your time yet.
I was like, okay.
But guess who went first?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that was really great.
She said be ready at any point. She said, but no, it was.
So they got you at what time?
They got me at it's like 5:45
Okay.
a.m. or something.
Okay.
So I'll wait. So we're waiting to about the dorm talk, right?
I
because
guess so.
because me being the first one was not
Was
cool
not good. Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
No,
That
because
sucked.
you had a lot of time getting there first.
Because they knocked.
I don't know what we're talking about. So
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they knocked once on my door, and they said, "Hey, just so you know, be ready. He's going to be soon, very soon. Again,
Very soon.
very soon. It's coming very soon. So just be ready." And that was probably another 2 hours.
Yeah,
before
we
went
almost
down.
left like an hour or two after Ram.
And it was a godsend. Somehow they started ripping us apart, but me and Mike were together. When we went down to the buses together, which was a
I
whole
was
nother
last of
process.
us.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
in the
you
very
were.
last group.
Dude, I was probably the last 20 people to go
Yeah.
in that freaking.
Wow.
For some reason, Mike and I were ripped away from the people we walked down with.
Well, we were with the blue group,
and we
all
went
of a
with
sudden,
a blue cohort, so we met all new people there
yeah,
again.
that was kind of cool. That's
So
some good people.
we had a little breakfast and we were eating. And I was like, we getting potassium. I gave Mike some of my banana. I was like,
Lifesaver.
because we're thinking red light, green light. We don't want to get cramped up or anything. So
Well, like
I remember
Ram,
that.
I didn't want to drink. So
Yeah.
I didn't drink water, and we're going down on the bus, and I'm so thirsty. I'm
So
like, what am I going to
thirsty.
do? There's Paul, a big old jug
a
of water.
big old jug. I took my water because I have a keg bladder. I can hold it for 24 hours if I have to.
Dude, I had they gave me some apple juice, and I wanted to drink it,
Drink it?
so bad.
Y'all and
I'm out.
y'all.
Discipline.
Can't do it.
Discipline.
Y'all have thimble bladders, I guess.
Oh,
but
man.
yeah, that was pretty much.
I didn't even think about not drinking water.
I didn't even.
I was terrified of it.
I didn't think about it.
I was so preoccupied with
Yeah,
it.
me too.
I couldn't stop thinking about
Because
it.
we hear that when they film the red light, green light, there's no in the paperwork they gave us. There's no
comfort.
comfort
No
breaks.
breaks,
Comfort
yeah.
breaks. Yeah.
So we heard, 6, 7, 8 hours of filming. What are you gonna? I mean, what happened? You
Yeah.
gonna give yourself up to go to the bathroom? Have to throw this huge experience out the door because you have to tinkle?
Because we were certain that's their biggest game. They're gonna do red light, green light.
Right.
All eyes are set on the.
Every
all kept
person we
saying
spoke
that.
to in that,
We're focusing on red
Yeah.
light, green light.
everybody said,
I just kept picturing myself like, well, I'm not going to get eliminated from this. I'm gonna fucking piss on. I'm going to piss
Is
on
there
myself
rules
on
against
Netflix.
that? No.
And I just had this picture of me with just this dark
But
green.
it's okay because it's
Aw.
camera
You know?
time. It's all camera time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
nothing is bad in a way.
No.
So we were on that. They staggered the buses arriving because when they took us to the studios, which
A Warner Brothers
Los
lot.
Angeles, yeah,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
massive.
Whatever they did, they
time out.
upgraded from
I lived
season
in LA.
1.
I've been to those studios. This was 100,000 times bigger than anything I've
Bigger,
ever
right?
seen in LA.
There was like
yeah.
12 big giant
16.
hangars. 16
16.
hangars.
And I mean, the ceilings were probably how many feet high do you think the ceilings were in these
Hundreds, dude. I mean, literally, it was season 1 talks about there was airplane hangars. This one, not
No,
this
no.
season.
This was studios.
This was big, $1 million studios.
But before we got off the bus,
Yeah.
remember they brought the dog in?
they brought this little
Another
dog
big
looking
security
check.
situation.
Yeah.
They got to check for
Bombs.
weapons and probably drugs, whatever. Too.
It was
This-
for bombs.
This cute little dog is gonna put your ass in jail. But no, it was cute. They had to check us, and it was about how long? About an hour,
45-minute ride.
Yeah.
maybe
45
maybe hour tops. It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
going through London, so we got to see a little bit of foggy-old London.
Yeah.
But
much.
that was a long ride, and we're trying to get into converse with people and get to know a few people. And
Were you guys really excited on the bus?
Yeah.
Did it finally kind of kick in a little bit?
No.
No, I'm terrified.
Yeah. I was beat up too. I was like, I wanted water.
I was already done. My social battery was drained getting on the bus. I was like, I just didn't want to be next to
We were all kind of doing, we were all doing the, if we get out first game, we get out. It's just the way it is.
I just, no. Our bus was hot and I was crammed and like.
It was rainy. It was London.
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting point too, though, because y'all at this point still had not actually gotten any sleep since
really.
you landed in London.
Not really.
So you are already fully
I'm already just
annoyed.
What I call
hate
it.
everyone.
I try to explain it to people. It was like I was floating. I felt like I was just in a float mode at that point, and from that point forward, because of the lack of sleep.
I had 6 hours of sleep up to that bus ride, and the thing is,
and how many days?
It kills your personality,
3 days,
you know.
Yeah.
My silly pants were gone. I didn't have any. I packed lots of silly pants for the show.
None.
Gone.
None lasted.
Yeah, no silly pants.
We're just like, hey, you continuously just say, can we get on to it? I'm here to play. Can we go? And no, you're going to wait. They're shushing you every step of the way. Hold it down. Hold the noise down.
All right. They don't want anybody talking to each
It
other.
began on the transpo, well, pretty much when we got to the hotel, but shushing to a line, to a search, to...
Did they do the no talking thing at the hotel?
A little bit. Yeah, they were.
Well, they did it
down.
when we're leaving. That's the first time I saw the
no talking.
The girl, the keep
down.
it simmered.
Simmer down.
That's the first time I saw her.
Okay, yeah. So they started that getting there.
Yeah,
they're done talking.
Oh, I don't know if you brought this up before, but at the hotel when it was the third day there, we're all beat up. And then two of the producers came to my room, and I found out they came to your room.
Yeah, they came to see all of us.
And they said, "Hey, we know about you guys
band.
doing the band thing, and we just want to let you know we're not gonna let anybody know.
Right.
You guys handle it the way you want." And that just felt special because we felt like maybe we might be getting a little more attention, and it just kind of puts a little spring in your step.
A little power up,
Yeah, so we
all right,
all
we're in
kind
it.
of talked about that.
Yeah,
but
that is true.
Yeah, and here we are. We're finally arrived at the studio.
We're at these studios, and the waiting begins.
Yes.
So they made it to the studios. They're about to enter the game. This is the end of episode 2. Join us next time for first reactions of getting in the game and all of the incredible stories thus far.
Go, Nikki.
Thanks.